Hey y'all, it's your girl Chef Kyra and welcome back to another episode of New York Eats. Welcome to my food channel where we talk about everything nice, sugar, and spice, baby. So for today's episode, we are just going to talk. And then after that, we're going to get back to the action. For next week's episode, I'm planning on doing some steamed dumplings. So that should be really cool and fun. And yeah, it should be real nice, you know, get some Asian food going on. But for this episode specifically, I just wanted to, I guess, basically give out my closing remarks about the FAV Chef competition. Now, after all that I went through and all of the stress and things that I went through, I don't know that I'd ever go for another cooking competition that is like FAV Chef competition. So I just want to break it down to give a rundown just in case anybody else wants to sign up for this competition, to know what you're going to get yourself into. So first and foremost, the FAV Chef competition is an online competition. You do not get a chance to showcase any of your cooking talents besides uploading pictures on your profile. Essentially, there are multiple different groups of about 80 to 90 people. And so for my group, I had about, I want to say 87 people. And it was weird because some people in their profiles, their 3 questions that was asked wasn't even answered, and even the main like top question where they ask you, oh, you know, like, why would you like to win this competition? Now, of course, I'm sure everyone wanted to win the competition because of the cash prize of $25,000. The second part of the prize would be the advertorial in Taste of Home magazine, I believe it was, and to get a chance to have a personal cooking session with Carla Hall. So of course, like I said, everybody's top reasoning would be the cash, and then you know, the exposure in the magazine, and then lastly, of course, having the cooking experience with Carla Hall. Now for me, one of the main reasons was, like I said, the money, because I could really use it, and who couldn't, especially with how things are and how the economy is, and how you can go in the supermarket, buy 5 things and you're spending $100. It's crazy. So of course, yes, the money would have been a great deal of help. But also, it would have been cool to, years later in my career, have a chance to actually have a one-on-one session with Carla Hall. Because if you guys don't know, in my first episode on the channel, I stated that I had gotten a chance to fry some chicken for Carla Hall. And this was like way back in 2016. Where I was, you know, at an event, and I was going to my vocational school and started my training in culinary, and I didn't even know that she was a famous chef until my friend told me. So I just thought that it would be really cool to have that moment with her and kind of just talk about how, you know, my career is unfolded, and who knows what would have, you know, happened, or what doors would have been opened if I was able to be in the magazine. And I don't think I would have been really shy about the whole magazine situation. Maybe to a degree. I have been in my school magazine, so pretty much everybody in town, not everybody, but I guess people that have looked into the SUNY Adirondack magazine just recently have seen my story and read about me if they've gotten a chance. I've been on their website. I still am on their website. I've had photo shoots when I was in college, and I've also been in previous magazines when I was in college. So there's been a lot of like I guess press stuff and being in front of the camera that I've done. So I'm not necessarily I guess scared to be in front of the camera. So that was pretty much my main goal of wanting to, you know, be in the competition. So like I said, you know, it is a online competition only, and there's multiple different rounds that you have to go through. So like I said, there's multiple groups of like 80 something people to maybe 90, maybe 100. I'm not sure how many other people was in other groups, but that's about pretty much around the range of people that they had in each group. And so basically what happens is within those 80 people, you have to be within the top 20, and then from the top 20 it goes to the top 15, and then the top 10, and then the top 5. And if you don't know, I did not make it into the top 5 round. I had made it to, I was in 6th place, and then eventually as time went on, people weren't putting their votes in, or it wasn't as many votes, so I got booted out of here and went from 6th place to 8th place. So I am no longer in the competition, and I don't think that I would ever go for an online competition ever again, because I feel like and let me just be clear about this, if you're looking to potentially cheat, if you're looking to pay your way to get to the top, or if you just genuinely want to win the competition and you have a really great social media presence, this would be the competition for you. This competition is really not based off the merit of being able to cook. It's based off of your social media popularity. And for me right now, I have 82 subscribers on my channel, and I appreciate all 82 of you from wherever you are. I appreciate you tuning in and being subscribed to the channel. And but you know, if you're not like well versed when it comes to you know, your social media presence, I wouldn't go for a competition like this. If you're looking for more of, you know, a competition where you're able to show your skill set, then I would definitely go for a different competition, because like I said, you don't get a chance to really showcase your talent. It's all strictly based off of votes. So for that, I definitely, you know, like going into it, I thought maybe I would be able to showcase my talents, but yeah, that really wasn't the case. And so because of that, I wasn't able to make it until the next round. And what was so funny with my group is that there was one person, a female, that was in first place the whole time. Now mind you, everybody else within my group of 80 something people, we all shifted around. You know, maybe you held your place, you know, at 8th place for like maybe 2 or 3 days, but eventually it's either you got bumped down or bumped up. People that were, I don't know, in the top 20 range area or the top 30 range area, they even shuffled up the board. But for whatever reason, this one girl that was within my group stayed in first place the whole time. And it's crazy. The only reason why I suggest that people may have been cheating with this competition is because I had gotten so many spam messages, so many fake accounts that just popped up out of nowhere, and they were just questioning me, you know, where's your link, send me a link so I can post you up. Like, for example, there's one page on Instagram that stated that they were a motorcycle page. Excuse me, I had to scroll 5 to 6 different rows down just to see anything about a motorcycle. Everything else was just weird pictures, you know, nothing that had anything to do with motorcycles. So clearly, you know, those were spam accounts. And I even had someone who had a blue check mark account hit me up and basically gave me a price listing of how much I could pay to basically get myself throughout the competition. So I think it was like, I want to say like $1,000 or maybe like $2,500 or something like that, to make sure that you were in first place, like guaranteed. And it's crazy because it's like, then it made me think about this one female that stayed in first place the whole time, and I was like, yo, this is weird. And of course, as this competition, you know, as I got further into the competition and started getting all of these like messages from all these random ass accounts, that I was like, I don't even understand why y'all hit me up, because I'm definitely not gonna respond, and you're gonna stay in my message request because it's not it. I, you know, did some research about the competition, and it's the first thing that pops up is when you search up FAV Chef on Google, is it a scam? Is it a fake competition? And it's just multiple different articles talking about whether or not it is a scam or not. So for me, that's the second reason why I wouldn't want to get back into this competition or ever sign up for it again, because it's like, if like, that's just not, for me, that's not good publicity, because it's like, why is there so many articles being like popping up about your competition not being legit, you know? Like, that's just, it's not a good look, it's not a vibe. So that was weird. But the funny thing is when you go on Chef Kyra's page, you know, with the blue check mark, all of that, her verified page, she had a story up, you know, verifying that the competition is a very real competition. On top of that, they had multiple different people on the back end for us that was in a competition, giving us tips and tricks on how to plate, or, you know, how to start a catering business. And these are short videos from people who they had as their spokesman throughout the competition. And then you had Blake, who was your main person that gave you updates to say, hey, you know, check on your placement. Here are some things that you can do to, you know, boost up your votes and stay in the running. So his suggestion was sending the link out to multiple people, also putting out flyers. So that's one of the things that I did. So I'll just put that up right here so that you guys can see how and what flyer I designed. And of course, it did not, my flyers did not stay up because it rained a lot, so that was like hella stressful. And then once I found out that I wasn't out of the, like, I was out of the competition, I was glad, and I was just like, good, because I don't want no more of this competition. Lastly, the last thing that makes me like, I would never sign up for this competition ever again, is the fact that it's the way it's set up. Like I said, you really don't get a chance to showcase your talent. I saw pictures on people's profiles. Of course, I did not screenshot it because I didn't want to, you know, embarrass anyone about their food or anything like that, because I know for me, food I hold near and dear to my heart, and sometimes the stuff that I plate, even though I am a professional chef, it doesn't come out so great. So that's not what I'm about. But there was some people that put up food that was like in the top 5, where it was like, what is that? Is that, oh my gosh, like, I don't even understand why you would post that. And quite honestly, it was one person that was up there that posted up a picture, and it quite honestly, I couldn't even identify what the food was. You get what I'm saying? And as a chef, like, I should be able to look at something and tell you, oh, that's cilantro, or that's parsley, or that's broccoli, or that's broccolini. Like, this right here that was on that plate was like something that would start moving on your plate. You get what I'm saying? Like that weird lunch food. And the best way I'm gonna describe it is, it looked like a French fry, right? That was like fried and then dehydrated, and then it had like, it wasn't even like a full French fry. It was like a mutated French fry. And it looked like I can't even like, it looked like the other half of the French fry was like a mushroom. So it's like somebody had taken a French fry, put like, I don't know, like a certain type of like mushroom on top of the French fry, like, you know, over the half that it could cover, fried it, and then dehydrated it. And I was like, I don't even You get what I'm saying? And like I said, some people didn't even put up no photos, nothing. And the weird thing was that some people and their photos, it looked like it was photos that was taken off of like Google, you know, and was like cropped and then posted up as though it was their work. Some food looked like it definitely came from a restaurant and you did not cook that. You get what I'm saying? So it was a lot of fishy stuff about the competition. And like I said, lastly, it would be that, you know, the way the competition was set up. A lot of people that I did have, you know, vote for me, they didn't like the way things were set up. The fact is that when you have people vote, it's not just a one and done thing. Like, they have to consistently vote every day. And although yes, I would have wanted people to vote for me every day, but like, people have lives of their own. They gotta do. So to have people stop and vote every damn day is crazy. And then the way the voting was set up, a lot of people didn't feel comfortable with signing into their Facebook profile to make sure that they put in their vote, because now who knows, you know, what that could have, you know, opened up their profile to. And you know, I feel like that was a valid concern, because for some people on their Facebook profile, their Instagram profile, they have their card because maybe they, you know, there's a Facebook seller or you know, an Instagram seller, and they'll purchase certain things off of somebody's page or whatever that, you know, is a specialty item. Maybe people are you know, selling like custom tumblers or, you know, things like that. So for me it was just like, you know, for me it was just like, okay, it's a valid concern. Also, the second way that they had you to vote was to use your card to verify that you're a real person. And basically, like, when I read into it a little bit more, they would charge your card $1 and then return it back to you. And so I didn't like that either, because it's like, yeah, why you gotta do all of that, you know? And then lastly, the third way that you could have voted was, you know, to vote and give a cash donation through, you know, putting your card in to support the James Beard Award. So if you put $10 down, $10 equals 10 votes, so $1 a vote. And I think that's another reason why a lot of people didn't vote, because of all of this work that you had to do to vote. You get what I'm saying? Like, it was a lot. It wasn't just like, oh, you could put your name, maybe your email, and you get like a verification code. So every time when you go to vote, you know, you use that specific verification code and then you vote. Like, you know, just to make sure that it's not bots or people spamming or scamming, whatever. So I don't know, I think that part of it just definitely really deterred a lot of people from voting for me, and made people feel like, what is this competition really, you know? So I don't know, I like I said, these are my sentiments about the competition. You know, good luck or congratulations to whoever ends up winning the competition. And yeah, I really think that it's a really weird competition. And also too, lastly, I feel like I don't think that I would want to sign up for another competition because of all of the stress that you have to, like, or at least all of the stress that it brought to me. I, you know, realized a lot of things, you know, and realized that there's a lot of fake behind people around me who will sit there and smile in your face and tell you, oh yeah, sure, we're gonna support, we're gonna this, that, and the third. And you're not about nothing. So there's that. And you know, just that, like, just the feeling of being disappointed and, you know, people lying to your face and telling you, oh, they're gonna support, and then they don't. But I mean, you know, it was an experience. Like I said, part of me was very disappointed because I was like, oh, this is my first competition. I would have loved to have won this competition, but also at the same time, who knows what doors that would have opened if it would have been good. And you know, I think it was just best that I had, you know, not won, because I feel like it would have continued to have me stressed out, so concerned about it. Then that's the only thing that I'm posting on the channel, you know. And it was a distraction for me, quite honestly. So yeah, I don't think I will ever go for this competition ever again. But you know, at the end of the day, once again, thank you so much to everyone that did support and, you know, put in their votes and everything like that. And yeah, I mean, that's really all that I have to say about it. I just, you know, like I said, one, all of the articles that was, you know, on the internet about it potentially being a scam, people wondering if it was a scam, all of the fake accounts that I had gotten messages from. And it's crazy because they had those accounts that messaged me ended up disappearing. The weird stuff about how just, you know, nobody, like it was just one person in first place the whole time within my group, never moved, never shifted, never, you know, went from first place to second to third to, you know, maybe back up to first, held first place the whole time. And it just made it seem like the rules and the stipulations within the competition was crap, because that doesn't make sense to me. And quite honestly, it's either one or two things. This person had really good support, really good people behind her, backing her, or you was out here cheating and you paid to make sure that you was in first place. So there's that. Also, like I said, the way the competition was set up as far as the voting, it made a lot of people feel very uncomfortable and unsure about even signing up to vote. And yeah, just people who, you know, you can't really even showcase your talents, you know, within a competition. You can only just post up pictures and then that's it, which means that anybody could have taken photos off the internet or anywhere, or had somebody cook for them, take pictures of their food and post it as though it was them. So would I say in final thoughts that FAV Chef is a scam? No, not necessarily, but I definitely think that there's some fishy stuff going on in that competition. And you know, if you fishy and you out here, you know, shucking and jiving and you doing stuff that's not honest, and you, or either you have a really good social media presence, go for the competition. But if you're a real chef like me, you really want to showcase your talents and really show that you out here and you could really cook, I would not suggest this competition at all, quite honestly. So with all that being said, I just want to appreciate y'all for tuning in for this episode. Let's be done with this competition because I'm tired of talking about it. I don't want to make another video about it. And let's get back to this cooking so I can show you how to make all these great different foods and dishes and things like that. I hope your summer is going well. I'll catch you in the next episode, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.